Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 936 of the show. What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. Hope you guys had a great week. I know a lot went down in the week, especially, and hope you guys are safe and all that, and hope everyone is safe. And you know, I know there's lots of things happening and all that, but you know, we got to continue to spread positivity and love. I think it's very, very important that we do that and set the example of have to be a friendly face, and that's what we need to be. You know, and we have everything that's been going on. A lot of people, you know, saying stuff and you know, doing stuff, and you know, we just need to put smile, and that's why I decided to do this YouTube show. Because I always like to bring smiles on people's faces. And I figured, you know, let the other people cover the subjects that's going on, you know, over there. Let me cover the fun stuff. And that's what I want to do. So I want to talk about what happened on AEW Collision that happened a few moments ago. I just got, you know, if you want to see the live reaction that Jordy and I did, please do so. You can go to J-Man's Legit's channel and you'll see it there. Adam Copeland decided to kick off Collision, but then Christian, and then as he was talking, Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus interrupting Mr. Adam Copeland, the man formerly known as Edge. And here's the fun part: Christian Cage had security protecting him. Two of the security members I recognize. One, the security member with the blonde hair, he's Jake Christ. The other one with the suit and the earpiece, that's Kevin Matthews. They were both on Impact Wrestling. Maybe they would try to audition for an opportunity to be part of AEW. Who knows? So anyways, and so Christian's running his mouth, and then Bryan Danielson comes out and said, "Hey, we got a match. Why are you worried about it? Worried about Adam and all that?" And the last time Adam Copeland and Bryan Danielson were in the same ring together was possibly the final SmackDown was of 2022, I think. No, not the final. I think it was last year's WrestleMania, basically, and that's what it was. So, but then Big Bill and Ricky Starks interrupt Bryan Danielson. They started running their mouths, and FTR comes out. They started up with Big Bill and Ricky Starks, and then Bryan Danielson said, "Hey, let's have our title match right now." But then Christian decided to stick his security team on FTR, Danielson, and Copeland, and they fought each and every one of them off. So MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, as you know, because of what's going on in the world, y'all know. I don't need to explain and need to tell anybody what's going on. He decided to be around sports leaders about, you know, standing up to Jewish hate, which is, you know, but the cool thing about that was he interacted with Robert Kraft and Julian Edelman. That's a really cool deal. You know, you talk about what's success with the Patriots, even though they're not successful in the football field right now this season, but talk about legendaries, legendary people. So, you know, two among the sports leaders. So it's really cool to see that. And MJF, you know, and after what Juice Robinson said to him, was it last Saturday or is it? I think was it last Saturday or this past Tuesday on Dynamite, and it seems like he wants to educate people. So, gotta respect MJF for that. Then the Ring of Honor television title was on the line. It's a Big E special, big meaty man slapping meat. That would be Samoa Joe and Willie Mack making his AEW debut, and Samoa Joe did retain the title with a muscle buster over Willie Mack. Lexi Nair interviewed CJ Perry about, you know, she's thinking about if Miro don't want to be managed by her, then she'll go out and try to find talent that she can manage. And Action Andretti goes, "You know what? Just give me a call." I'm like, that's going to come back to bite him in the rear end. I'll tell you that much right now. Then there's Danhausen. Danhausen, yes, Danhausen is here. Very nice, very evil. Hey, Danhausen, yeah, curse. Davis, get the PT Cruiser. I gotta meet Dwayne Johnstone, Or Cold Stone, Steve Austin, and the Ass Boys. Oh, hilarious. You know, that is freaking hilarious. But anyways, and Danhausen was promoting his mask that is coming out, and it's really hilarious. And Christopher Daniels, who was returning to the ring in a long time, went one-on-one with Juice Robinson, who looks like if someone should save 15% on their car insurance. Remember the Geico caveman back in the day? Juice Robinson. And I know, and the sad part of it is that Tony Storm is not on Collision, sad face, but what did timeless Tony Storm see in Juice Robinson? I don't know. But anyways, Robinson did pick up the victory over Christopher Daniels, and then they held up Christopher Daniels after the match, and Jay White presented him with a diamond ring of sorts, because I think Juice Robinson's part of the Dynamite Battle Royal, and ended up knocking out Christopher Daniels with it, and they started running their mouths about that whole thing. Dustin Rhodes decided to cut a promo because he says he's going to come back to the ring here in 2023. We have not seen Dustin Rhodes in quite a while, so this is a huge opportunity for Dustin Rhodes to really showcase his skills. Hopefully he still got it, and I hope he does. And Lexi Nair interviewed Nick Wayne, and it seems like Nick Wayne is going to have a sit-down interview with Jim Ross, and alongside Nick will be his mother, so this is going to be a very tense situation. Boulder of the Iron Savages went one-on-one with one half of Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher did end up winning the matchup. More on him as we go along. Then Renee Paquette interviewed The Acclaimed, and then The Acclaimed got together, and they put Renee Paquette back, and then here's Max Caster. How about them oral sessions, Renee? And they're like, what are you doing? Oh, it was like, and then they was talking about your show, and then Renee was like, yeah, right, and all that, right? She walks away. I'm like, Max, what are you doing? In fact, if John Moxley finds out you're doing this, man, you're going to get plastered. But 2.0, Daniel Garcia and Jake Hager interrupted him and challenged him to a trios matchup. He said, hey, how about Battle for the Belts 8? Well, okay, let's do that. So that's a big thing. And the TBS title was on the line, speaking of which, speaking of titles, Chris Statlander defends it against Sky Blue, who's been developing more of an attitude ever since getting spit in the Black Mist by Julia Hart. By the way, congratulations to her and Lee Johnson. They ended up getting married over the weekend, so congratulations to those two. But Statlander did retain the title over Sky Blue, but when she goes shake Sky Blue's hand says no. And he says, let me help you up. And then Willow Nightingale comes out and says, I got this. So Willow Nightingale, it seems like Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue could end up being a heel team. Who knows for sure. And when Julia Hart comes back for her wedding, will she lead them? Who knows? So there's that. Meanwhile, Kyle Fletcher was cutting a promo about how, he says he misses Mark Davis. He says, I love you, brother. I'll see you again. But he says he wants to make a challenge. So he's trying to make a name for himself in the singles ranks for now until Mark Davis comes back with his injury. And he says, hey, I'm issuing a challenge to Kenny Omega. So we'll see if that match is actually happening at AEW Dynamite. Then Los Ingonables, that will be the El Toro Blanco Rouge. Preston Vance, a.k.a. Peligroso. Perro Peligroso, and Dralistico. And he said, they returned to the ring, along with Jose, the assistant. He said, mess with the bull, you get the horns. So they're making their comeback. Meanwhile, Keith Lee went one-on-one with Turbo Floyd, one of the OVW standouts you can see on Wrestlers, the Netflix documentary. Also one half of the Outrunners, along with Truth Magnum, but Turbo Floyd ended up losing the match to Lee in short second. And Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty were watching in Maybe they were running their mouths about getting in the ring with Keith Lee. Who knows for sure. So then Miro responded to CJ Perry by grabbing Action Andretti by the throat and then throws him down. And they're going one-on-one next week. So Action Andretti's regretting already hitting on CJ Perry. So, anyways, they had a documentary of Mystico and Rocky Romero, their history. Mystico is defending his CMLL middleweight championship, while the CMLL welterweight championship is defended. CMLL historical welterweight championship, while Rocky Romero will defend the middleweight champion of the same organization. In fact, both men will be putting up their belts in a pound for pound crown match. So that will be happening this Friday, I do believe. And this coming Friday, it's a 6 days Super Mario Wonder. All right. Anyways, so there's that. Then the TNT title was on the line. Christian Cage and Bryan Danielson. This was a heck of a matchup until Big Bill distracts the referees. Ricky Starks hits him with the belt during the matchup, and that will give Christian Cage the ability to retain the title. But afterwards, Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus got involved. They all jumped on Bryan Danielson, and then FTR and Adam Copeland decided to get involved as well. So will there be an 8-man war down the road? We'll find out for sure. So that is all the time we have on this show, episode 936 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. I want to thank you for tuning in. And once again, happy birthday to David 3000, a.k.a. Davey St. Dennis. Thank you very much for tuning in, and until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.